Good afternoon, America and the rest of the world. Xander J. Hobson here, stand-up comedian, entertainer, director, and producer of boxing documentaries, internet troll to those who need internet trolling. I'm here today with my good friend, George Macon, Urban Nerds. How you doing today, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
How's everything going, man? I see you got a lot of good things going on with the family, man. I seen that beautiful video that you and your wife made. Yeah. It's always a pleasure to see your son. I know that you and Marvin are working on things with him. What's up, man?
Man, just trying to get this thing together in the community, man. Working with these kids, man. Teaching black boys and girls accountability. Accountability is necessary. Teaching them to build. So we had these type of conversations is necessary because I'm actually out in the field doing the work.
Well, listen, sir. Anybody that knows you know that you are a modern day Malcolm X. Reform, sir.
I'm trying to.
Once a hellion, now a guy that's trying to keep people out of hell. You were, sir, but once upon a time Saul. You are now Paul.
I ain't that Greek.
Well, I'll tell you this one thing, sir. Speaking of conflict resolution.
Yes.
Man, how you feel about that thing that transpired between Will Smith and Chris Rock, sir?
Oh, wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
Well, Will Smith was wrong. Wrong. Let's just start off by saying that.
Okay.
Number two, Will Smith didn't do that for Jada. He did that for himself.
Okay, well, expand on that,
That
sir.
was it was more egotistical.
Okay.
He was, now, see, from an egotistical place, like if somebody walked in here right now and disrespected my wife, the first initial reaction to George would want to kick his ass. Kick him in the face, punch him in the face, but then
stab him in the heart.
Stab him in the heart, yeah, stomp his brains out his head.
Right.
I mean, kick him up his ass, drag him out by his tongue.
Now wait, real quick. Is this individual we talking about, is he black like you? Is he a white guy? Is he an Asian guy? Or is he just anybody in particular?
This is anybody who disrespects my wife. Right?
Okay, cool. Okay.
But because I've been in trouble before,
Okay.
I understand it's easy to get in trouble, it's hard to get out of it.
Facts.
So now I understand not to succumb to my ego, not to let my ego supersede my intelligence.
Exactly.
So what I would do is, because it's words.
Right. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but names will never hurt you.
Now this is
unless somebody hits you with an autographed baseball bat, and then in that case, they'll break every bone in your body, sir.
But what happens is, to me, Will Smith, because he's been the butt of the jokes for the last 2 years all across social media. And remember, this is something that's important. All of us are 45 and over,
Exactly.
right?
Facts.
We didn't grow up with social media.
Exactly.
So we don't understand cyberbullying to the point where kids that already know it's a computer. So we from the era, you disrespect me, I want to punch you in the face.
Right.
But imagine somebody making memes of you every day, you, your family, talking bad about you, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's all over social media. You the butt of jokes everywhere you go.
Well, what kind of memes, sir, have they? Because I don't really follow any of this. The only thing that I do know, I know that Will Smith's son is walking around with a dress on, and
his daughter is pansexual.
Yeah,
his wife.
He's dealing with a lot.
His wife supposed to have. His wife had sex with August Alsina. You got
I've been hearing a lot about this.
Now you got comedians. Let's just keep it about. You got comedians making jokes, calling him the mailman, saying he deposited. He delivered 13 inches in his wife. He got memes of this shit.
Right.
So he goes and says it. Now, whatever it is that they were doing, they know that their Hollywood exploits are well documented, right?
They're swingers, from what I
Swingers,
gather,
right?
sir. Yes.
But now it's come out because whoever she was sleeping with came out and spilled the beans. Whatever we do is supposed to be under the hat.
Bottom line, wait a minute, sir. Let me see if I'm understanding this correctly. You're basically saying that this August Alestino fella is clout chasing with his dick.
Yeah. So he took some provocative pictures.
Okay.
In his drawers with his piece all
He said
out.
this guy has a dick down to his ankle.
The women, well, that's what the women.
I don't know. I'm not interested in
So
this dick.
shortly
That's the
after
good
he
point.
took those pictures, the allegations came out. So it made it even 10 times worse. So now he's writing books. Will Smith, he's taking trips. He saying he hates his marriage.
Yeah.
He's saying all kinds of crazy stuff about her. She in the red table talk. Having our conversation with our mama. Then he went on the red table talk, crying. They got the crying meme of him.
Right.
So now there's a buildup of everything that's going on. He's looked at, man, I'm Mike Lowry in my movies. I'm Hancock in my movies. I'm all these people in my movies, but
I'm a fucking simp in real life.
in real life. So now he feels as though I got to do something about it. So he goes up there after the joke, the G.I. Jane joke,
Right.
and he slaps Chris Rock.
Oh, wow! Wow! Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Wait a
No.
minute, you don't get no cool points from slapping Chris Rock. How do you beat up the weakest man in the room and you feel good about that, sir? I'm just curious.
Well, in his mind, he's not thinking that way because he's thinking he's out of his mind.
Okay.
He goes up there, he smacks him, right?
Bitch smacks.
Bitch smacks. This to keep my fucking wife's name out of your
Some
mouth.
real greasy
Some
gorilla
real greasy
shit.
gorilla
Some
shit.
gorilla
right?
shit.
So now yesterday, everybody's talking about what he did.
Right.
No more the memes of him being a joke.
Right.
So now he want to change the energy and the narrative in the room. But this is the problem that I have. If Will Smith would have smacked a tranny or LGBT person, what would happen?
He would be out of here, sir.
If he smacked a white woman,
Out of here!
he smacked a Jewish man,
Out of here!
just a regular white man.
Get locked that nigga up and throw away the kid.
So he'd be like OJ, right?
Exactly.
So he smacked a black man at the Oscars on worldwide
There's
TV.
no love for a black man, sir.
But let's put it in perspective. He walked up on the stage, he slapped the black man, smacked fire out of the black man's face. Turned his back on the black man when he smacked him. Fixed his stuff and walked off the
Some
stage.
real fucking grizzly shit.
Sat down, said, keep my fucking wife's name out your mouth.
Some
On
real gorilla
TV,
shit.
right?
Some real gorilla shit.
He was able to do that, sit down. Where was security? Watch this. Got an award, gave his award acceptance speech, then went to the red carpet and was talking. So what does that say? Anybody can do anything to a black man in America.
Sir,
And it's
listen,
not respected.
Judge Joe Brown points it out a lot. There's a lot of dysfunction being promoted in the black community. You see these rappers dying left and right, and you got Will Smith. Will Smith, a real prominent public figure, actually a guy that I respect and admire. He's from our hometown. Chris Rock is a good guy as well. I like Chris Rock. And you have, at the highest level, two A-list black guys prominent in the community. I don't want to call them black leaders, but they are black figureheads, and they're fighting with each other on the air. So how would a young kid, the kind of young kids that you're mentoring, sir, what are they supposed to think when a person like Will Smith puts his hands on someone like Chris Rock?
Well,
That's equivalent to Malcolm X smacking Martin Luther King.
But you gotta remember something. Across black social media, the people that like it the most is the young rappers. The young entertainers is the ones saying, God damn, did you see what he did? Because their way of conflict resolution
Right.
is violence.
Let me say this, sir. I have to say this. I think our fellow Philadelphian Sabir Ali or Sabir, whatever his goddamn name is, he said it best. These young Negroes have turned social media into a battlefield, sir. And Will Smith only contributed to that. And I'm disgusted
Because Will
by it.
Smith succumbed. Remember what I said about our age. We are accustomed to cyberbullying. It's not a world we grew up in. We grew up in a hyper-masculine era where you disrespect, I punch you in the face.
Exactly, sir.
So now, if you being cyberbullied, he succumbed to the pressure of it. So now he got to go up there and feel like he defending his wife. Well, he wasn't defending her. He was defending himself.
Sir, listen, I want to piggyback on what you're saying, and you're absolutely right. A lot of times, these guys, they get out here into Hollywood, they subscribe to a lifestyle for the money, sir, and I can't think of who the fella was who said it, but it was one of the guys. He was talking about wearing a dress. But my point is, they have so many demons that they're dealing with inside, and at some point, the demons jump out on you when you least expect them. Jimmy said it best. Hopefully, Will Smith, because realistically, in my opinion, Will Smith looks like a candidate for suicide. What do you think about that?
In my opinion, I don't think that he's a candidate for suicide, but I think he's stressed out. I think that he's stressed out real bad, and he's sort of lost his way. He's at a place in his life where he's trying to figure things out. When you look at him, Will Smith from West Philly, me and Charlie Mack is real good. That's my homie. That's my big homie. A lot of people know Will Smith's father, so knowing Will Smith's intimate family here in the city, they're not Hollywood.
Right.
They're not that.
Right.
Will Smith, you done went out there, you got your wife out there acting
You got
crazy.
Will Fugazi.
Yeah, but watch this though, because I want y'all to listen to me. You've been out there. I want you to hear something. I don't blame Jada for nothing.
No, fuck no.
I blame Will for everything that
It's
happened.
always the
you know
man's
why?
fault, gentlemen.
Because we cannot preach holding black women accountable for their choices, but then leave Will exempt. Will is Will Smith.
Will chose Jada,
He
son.
chose Jada, but watch this. He also chose to indulge in the Hollywood lifestyle. He also chose to raise his children out there. He also chose the livelihood that
He had
has.
grandparents back here who would have gave them old school rearings. Relatives,
He still
sisters,
has
cousins,
them here.
aunts, uncles.
So watch this.
You think Charlie Mack would have had Will's son walking
Watch
around
this.
with a dress on?
But that's what Jazzy Jeff was alluding to. But watch this. This is why he did it. Because he's feeling the rumblings of the people in his ear. He has this in his ear and he has Hollywood here. And he had to show everybody, I didn't sell out, I'm still Will Smith. See, if you ain't from this town,
He
then
took
you
a bite of the devil's pie.
So the thing is, he has to live with the bed that he made. It's your son's walking around with a dress. It's your daughter walking around talking about some she pansexual. It's your wife that's having extramarital affairs
With a young stud.
With young
With a young stud.
Supposed to be her son's friend.
How do you fuck your son's friend, TJ?
Now,
That is
what-
the most abominable and I didn't even realize that this Augustino fellow was supposed to be Will Smith's son.
So watch this.
Friend.
Even
sir.
if Will's having sexual exploits, it's not the matter of news.
Right.
Hers is.
Right.
So what I'm saying is the life. This is the life he chose for himself. So, but in closing, for me, I'll just say this: this is not conflict resolution for black men.
The fighting.
This is not
The laying hands on
the
people.
laying hands on each other.
That's not cool.
Let me say this to y'all: I don't give a damn about what a white man think of me, but I give a fuck about what my people think of me.
Facts. Church.
And the thing is, let me tell you, black men, something. Physical violence is not the way. He could have pulled that man to the side off stage and said, hey man, take this here, man. Listen, we came up together in this game early on. Man, come on, man. Like, you killing me. Or just said, you know how I'm being destroyed in the media, man. Like,
No,
ease up a
facts.
little
No,
bit.
facts.
In my mind, I believe that Chris Rock would have said, man, oh man, I apologize, my
Well,
bad.
you know what, and just to stay on it, I personally don't think that what Chris Rock done or said came from a dark place. I think, honestly, Chris Rock was acting in the spirit of comedy.
Of comedy.
I have a lot of people I've been listening to and talking to that have been trying to make this more than what it is. I don't think Chris Rock said something so terribly horrible that it warranted him getting smacked. But I will say this, George, it's always a pleasure, man, to exchange opinions.
Let me say this
and
one
points of
last
view
point
with
to the
yourself.
women out there.
Give it to
Let
him.
me ask you mothers something that say that y'all like what he did. Let's just say the scenario was your son, and he was inside a restaurant with his girlfriend, and a man disrespected him and his wife. Would you want with words, would you want your son to handle the situation that way? Not having a full understanding for the way that God may respond. Because stuff like this, where we come from, turns deadly. Is conflict, physical conflict, the only way to handle people when they do things that you dislike. Now you may say, "Oh man, Will did something that was good." Now I have my shirt, "Urban Nerds, not Urban Shooters." Where we come from, we know that it's not going to be handled the way it is on the Oscars. So be careful what you ask for. When you say that he defended his wife, what if it's your son that now has to defend the honor of his girlfriend or something like that out here in the streets? Well, that ain't the Oscars. They ain't gonna handle it the Oscars way.
Just know this, right, as we close it up. You put your hands on someone.
Oh, wow! Wow! Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
You might be very well signing not only your own death warrant, but the death warrant of your mother, your father, your children,
Everybody
your sisters
involved.
and your brothers. So with that said, folks, we done with it, sir? Bang.
A little boy climbed an apple tree. He stole an apple, then two, then three. And when he started to climb back down, he slipped and he landed on the ground. Up jumped the devil. Up jumped the devil. And every time he turned around, up jumped the devil and the white knight down.